Now that we've looked at different ways that you guys can play with refraction in your own home, I wanted to show you guys some examples of refraction in the world around you. Some of them you may not be familiar with, some of them you may have seen many times before. So the first one that we're going to talk about is mirages. So if you've ever been riding in a car and noticed that it looked like there was water on the road ahead of you, but every time you got closer, the water seemed to disappear. What's happening is on a hot day, the light is actually refracting and bending differently in warm air versus cooler air. And it makes it look like to your eye, there's water there when there's not. This doesn't only happen on roads. It can happen out in the distance as well. And just looks like there's water there when there's absolutely nothing. This is an effect of refraction. Another place where you see refraction in play is if you're on a lake or a pond or even a pool and you look down at the bottom. A lot of times it looks a lot closer than it is. An example where I saw this that was really, really cool was in Lake Baikal in Siberia, Russia. Now this lake is the deepest lake in the world. It is 1,642 meters, which would be about 5,387 feet. It has 20% of the world's fresh water. It's a really amazing lake. So when you're looking at it, right here is a picture that I took when we were there. I'm going to show you another picture that someone else took on the lake when it's frozen, so you can just kind of see how massive and beautiful this lake is. Anyways, what happens though is when you're actually on the water itself in a boat or standing on the ice and you look down, you can actually see the bottom of the lake. So right here, there's this guy standing on the lake, standing on the ice, and it looks like it's what, maybe 3 feet down when it's thousands and thousands of feet down. And this is all refraction at play. If you want to watch the video of this guy walking on this frozen lake, I'm going to have it linked at the very end of this video. Another example that you guys are probably pretty familiar with is lenses and glasses. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but sometimes if someone has a pretty thick glasses, mine are thin, so it's not going to do it. But when they have thick glasses and they put it on, sometimes it changes the size of their eyes. And once again, that's because of the thickness of the glass, and it's allowing the wavelength to change enough as it's passing through and the speed to change the way that their eyes look. Another example would be prisms or even raindrops. That's how we get rainbows. As light passes through each of those little water droplets from the rain, the light bends as it passes through, and we get another effect called dispersion we're going to learn more about. But it's all an effect of refraction and the index of refraction and how each type of material behaves differently